Congressman Robert Dold is a Republican from Illinois, and he joins us now from our nation's capital. Congressman, good to talk to you, sir. As it stands right now with the Boehner bill, are you a yes or a no?
Rick, I'm a yes. I think that we need to get something done, and certainly we need to make sure that we are cutting back the amount of spending that's going on here in Washington, but we also need to make sure that we're paying our debts.
So what's going on as you talk to other members of your party? I mean, obviously, we all know last night the determination was made that the votes were not there, and so a vote was not held. But those Republican colleagues of yours who are still no's, you know, what are those discussions like? How many of them have you been talking to, and what are the points that you're trying to make?
Well, I mean, what I try to, the points that I try to make is that I think that we need to have a big, bold bipartisan plan. Bipartisanship's the only way we're going to get something done here in Washington, because it's got to pass the United States Senate and go to the president's desk to be signed. I do believe that we've got to cut back in the spending that's going on, and a balanced budget is something that the American people certainly are interested in. They understand it. They're cutting back and balancing their budgets at home, and their American businesses are doing it all across the land. They should expect that the federal government does the same. The conversations that I'm having with some of the other freshmen are out there is just on that spending. Does this plan go far enough? And from my standpoint, it's not, we can't have the ideal bill. This bill certainly wouldn't be the ideal, but it has to be one that is going to be bipartisan, that's got to be able to pass the Senate and put on the president's desk. In our chat room, a number of our viewers are weighing in, folks asking questions like Mike Carter, who wants to know about Speaker Boehner and what his standing is like right now. The fact that he is not able to hold the Republican Party, or at least doesn't seem to be holding them together. What do you think? Well, I think we're going to have a vote today, and I think you're going to see the Republicans come together to put something out of the House and send it over to the Senate that is talking about raising the debt ceiling, and is talking about cutting some spending, and is talking about also putting a balanced budget amendment out to the states.
Lynn P. is wondering if any of the plans that are being discussed, the Boehner plan or some of the ones that are being discussed in the Senate, if any of those plans would help our credit rating, or are we so far gone now and have we damaged ourselves to the point where no matter what happens, the United States credit rating is going to be downgraded?
Well, I certainly know that some of the credit rating agencies are looking to downgrade the United States regardless of what happens. But I think that we are obligated to make sure that we are governing. We need to try to avoid that as best we can, because it will impact businesses, it will impact average consumers each and every day with their credit card bills, their fees that they're paying, and also mortgages on their homes, their vehicles. We're going to have interest rates rise, and that's going to impact the American public greatly. No individual entity can have a credit rating higher than that of the sovereign, and that's why I think this is going to have a very big impact.
Congressman Dold, we wish you all the best. Good luck down there. This is something, isn't it? Is this what you signed up for?
It is indeed. It's the honor of my life to be here. We've got to roll up our sleeves, get to work, and come up with something that's going to move the American public forward and make sure that we can govern. But we've got to be cutting back spending, and we've got to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the future generations. So, Rick, I appreciate having the opportunity to talk with you today.
Well, thank you, sir. I hope we do it again. Hope maybe in times that are a little less tense. We'll look forward to that. Congressman Dold represents folks in his district from the great state of Illinois. Thanks again for your time, sir.
Thanks so much, Rick.